Alright, hello. I've got the word out. I've got the game up. I've got chat up. So, revenge back. Okay, so I don't think the last stream I did, I don't think I got enough to get the armor reward for the new game, but doesn't matter. Happy with what I got. Also, you see I got my best girl shirt on.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it.
There the Chantry says.
They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed.
Yeah, this game really goes over the top of the blood effects.
It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Yeah, it still gives me chills after all these years. Pretty effective cover. Okay. I'm just going to fix up my VTuber orientation. There we go. Fix up my OBS. Character creation. So I've already decided. It's a female. dwarf. I often do rogue, so I will do warrior, just because I finished this game twice as a rogue. I've gone halfway through as a mage, so why not warrior? Why not? And commoner. No, I will do dwarf noble.
Greetings.
And I have decided on a name. It shall be Shiego. So I am a Shiego. Not sure. Well, no one's watching, so I'm not sure. So no one's watching is understanding but me. Voice.
I have lost the spell.
How do you do?
Greetings. Greetings. Charmed. Greetings. Oh, my spell! My weapon does nothing. You're in my way. Charmed. I lost the spell. Well now, this does nothing. Move aside, please. Greetings. I cannot cast it! It is unharmed!
Greetings.
Ah, that didn't work. Well, this is odd. My weapon is useless.
Mine's sick of experienced. Skin. Doesn't make sense for, as far as I'm aware, a dwarf noble to have tattoos, so. Here, we'll do. Actually, let's check the different hairstyles. No, I use this for my elf. That one. Going for Shiego looking hair. See, this looks like what I expect for a warden, but not for a noble, so. Yeah, a bit more. Dark hair. Eee! That looks spooky. Eyebrows are one of those things I'm never really good at making custom ones. Eyes. Color. Is that doing anything? I'm not actually seeing any difference between any of these. Looks dark. Like I vaguely can tell it's stuff changing. Oof. Not sure. If anyone's watching in chat, can you let me know? I hide it a little bit lower. And in the middle. Height. Facing. So many choices. Green. Yeah. It's given a bit of a green-ish tinge. Alright, yours. Nope. So stop breathing, please, Shiego. You're making it. In the middle. I can't see the ears anyway, so. Head on. Neutral. Wait, is there a green one? You know, I'll go with that. Alright, well, that's Shiego.
Move aside.
Shiego Adukan. Points to spend. Melee. Warriors. Willpower. Cunning. Alright, skills. Coercion, stealing, survival. powerful. Alright. Easy, no. Rise, Shiego Nation! Rise! Look, it has been... I've not played this game since Dragon Age 2 came out. So I'm gonna go normal. I'm just... Call me a coward if you wish. Call me a coward, but I wanna be safe.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, the larger of two known remaining dwarven cities in the world. Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called Deep Roads, which stretched thousands of miles. The city now stands alone, cut off from the rest of the dwarven ancestral lands by the Darkspawn incursion. Secure in Orzammar's impregnable construction, the dwarven noble houses continue their centuries-old power struggles. Assassination and blackmail are commonplace, but the appearance of honor is paramount.
I like that, the appearance
You
of
are the
honor.
second child of King Endrin of House Iduken, the 9th Iduken ruler elected by the Noble Assembly. You grew up in a world rife with political intrigue, and have struggled against brothers and cousins for honor and prestige. Today, a feast celebrates your first military commission, the opening move towards real power in the ever-changing game of dwarven politics.
Greetings, my lady. You are dressed and ready. Excellent.
Who is that?
I couldn't find the armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast?
That's Steve Blum? Sounds like Steve Blum. Let them see me as a warrior.
As opposed to the paragon of beauty.
Ooh, choices already.
One can't take all this marching about and speech-making too seriously.
That's fair.
Moving on to the business at hand. The king expects you to make an appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances. The usual. This lord had my cousin killed, this lord seduced my wife, this lord did the exact thing I'd planned to do to him, but he did it first. They
Very
pose
frank.
and bluster, and each pretends he is the honorable man in a den of thieves and assassins. Bah. The rest is worth seeing, though. As part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Rumor has it that Harrowmont hopes you'll be swept off your feet if a well-placed young nobleman wins the provings in your honor.
Huh.
Win the proving in your own honor. That would be most interesting. Shall we then? With you as always, my lady. The day is ours until the feast.
Tactical view. Yay! Alright. Journal, codex. Fatigue. Journal, plot helpers. Alright, let's have a look. Notes. How's about politics? Alright, so this is a little refresher. I'm not gonna read out loud. Yeah. I'm not an ASMR. This is not an ASMR channel. No, this is not even a lore channel. This is a... I don't know how I was ever going to finish that sentence. That's the kind of channel this is. What city? Allied with someone. Patrons. How's it changing? Giving those belt buckles. Assembly. One faith, children's stone. Heaven. Right now it's feast day credits. This is nice that they did take the time to thank everybody for these DLCs. Rolls. All right. Moving around.
My lady?
Not
Not much that you don't already know. My father's father was a great hero of the Deep Roads excursions and raised the family to the top of the warrior caste. He was even nominated to join the assembly and found a noble house, but the honor was in the nomination. He wasn't afforded a single vote. My father served your father for many years, and now I serve you. Yes, I yearn to face the Darkspawn and prove my worth as your second. May the stones support us, and the ancestors look down with pride. As you will.
Alright. What's in the chest? Inventory and equipment. I don't drag it. 38 strength. Well, also better. I just undressed in front of my second each.
On it.
185 bronze. Yeah. Oh, we got a bookshelf and that was my history chapter 1. Quick summary. Rose Feast. History. Alright, Kingdom Far Beneath. Cal Sharok's capital then. Alright, so Paragon Gal moved the power to Ozma to trade with Devinter. Everyone knows why the Darkspawn came. Open the Blight. Paragon Edu led the defense. 4 centuries back.
I am at your service. Congratulations on being named commander, my lady.
And his room is locked.
You, Balin? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were Prince Balin coming down the hall. Forgive me.
No, I'm done.
I will show myself out. With your leave, my lady.
I want to say no. You can stay.
Thank you. I will go now.
Exit stage left. I'm not gonna rob my dear beloved younger brother. No sir, no sir. Come on. I just had to check. Sebs, I just checked your Twitter post. Alright.
Ancestors watch over you, my lady.
Yeah, roll guard.
No sign of trouble here.
God, this is very, well, I mean, it does make sense. This is a... big thing. I will go there later, because that's the end destination. Should I?
You sure you want to go to the feast now? I doubt we can escape to see the provings once we're inside.
Thank you, Steve Blum.
I can't wait to see who's fighting today. Your father has allowed the merchants to show their wares in the Diamond Quarter during these celebrations.
Cool, and they've blocked off which way we can go.
Sure, we can work this out reasonably. Please, Master Volney. My work is accredited by the Shaper.
These books are lies written by the enemies of House Volney.
I write only what I find in the ancient records. Lady Iduken, you can vouch for my work, can't you? Your father loved my History of Iduken, Paragon King, Peacemaker.
This worm has written a book that slanders my house. It doesn't matter, it's all lies.
My work tells the stories of all those raised to paragons in the last 500 years. When the Assembly names a paragon, that man or woman is then, by definition, everything one can aspire
Makes
to
sense.
be in the world. They form their own noble houses and are revered as living ancestors. But paragons start off as men.
Volney was more than a man.
Volney became a paragon by the narrowest margin in history. One vote. A vote mired in rumors of intimidation, intrigue, and outright bribery. The records of that vote are kept in the Shaperate and are a matter of fact. Not liking history doesn't make it any less true.
You're taking his side? What if he published a book like this about your paragon Iduken? You would not say so if it was your house, but I shall respect your wishes. For now, excuse me, Your Highness.
You owe me.
That
Once again for
fool has
the...
no idea how weak his house is or how low he sits in it. Shall I have him killed, my lady?
Well, historically, it has been prudent to eliminate a small threat before it becomes larger.
Choices. Choices. Well, how prudent do... See, I always play the goody two-shoes. I don't like being mean. But I also want... I'm sort of playing Shiego as being a bit more pragmatic and like, well, he's causing a threat. Nah.
As you say.
You've shown House Iduken a friend to research, history, and the glory of our people. Of course, I have much to document and organize. Good day, Your Highness. And thank you.
So the way I looked at it, it was kind of, yeah, he was absolutely out of line, but also he's small fry, like he's sits lowly in his own house.
Enjoying the festivities so far?
Quite.
Have you heard about tomorrow's assault on the Darkspawn burrows?
Who hasn't?
They say they are going to strike a blow at the Horde, but rumor has it they are actually searching for Bronca.
Ooh.
The Paragon? Why search? The ancestors have risen her up to join them.
You don't think she's still out there?
Impossible.
50 silvers for such a small bolt of cloth? That's outrageous. You certainly have some gall, merchant.
But my lord, these are surface silks, dyed with the finest saffron and indigo and embroidered by skilled elven tradesmen. I've seen Prince Balin Iduken himself wearing a robe made of something quite similar.
So I pay your exorbitant price, only to end up looking like a poor imitation of Prince Balin. You'll get no coin from me.
But that's not what I meant, my lord.
Steel cutlery.
My lord! My Lady Iduken, you honor me by visiting my humble booth. May I show you my wares?
Of course.
Please, look as you will.
I'm poor. I suppose I could sell the Blood Dragon 8 plate. 38 strength. Oosh.
Atrasfala, big sister. How surprising to run into you out among the common folk.
Especially since duty requires that you attend our King Father at the feast today. Have you so little respect for him to disregard his wishes on a day set aside for you?
Lord Harrowmont told me we wouldn't be needed for hours at least.
Silence! If I want the opinion of my sibling's second, I will ask for it.
Yes, Your Highness.
You're on your own. I've been dealing with him all afternoon.
What exactly is that supposed to mean, little brother?
Nothing, Trian. I've been having a great time. The speech you gave to the legless boy about hard work and making something of himself was fantastic.
As heir to the throne, it is my duty to impart wisdom and judgment upon those who need it. Now then, you, get to the feast. Stubborn, aren't you? When I'm king, I will help you get over that. Come, Balin.
That was fun. Nothing like being talked down to by the next king. We can only hope. Perhaps we should get going.
My Lady Iduken, nothing here rivals your amazing Iduken armor, but if you wish something made...
You know very well House Iduken has its own royal armorers.
Of course. Forgive me. Your Highness's legendary prowess is matched only by your kindness. I buy only the finest iron ore, and personally oversee the armor's crafting by the most skillful of the smithcaster. Of course, the honor was all mine.
Nonsense, woman. Your words bring shame upon our house. See how the edges are rough and pitted? Would you compare this to Bronca's work? Trust a woman to speak the things she doesn't understand. Be quiet now and pray the end. Safely.
What about that one?
I doubt he's up to the task.
Greetings, my lady. May I say you look striking today. Is this your paramour? He wears both his vambraces, unmarried and eligible.
I'm flattered, ladies, but I'm not a noble. I'm a knight of the warrior caste.
Warrior caste isn't bad.
Tally, we didn't pay gold for these permits to take warrior caste.
I guess you're right. Sorry, sir.
Not exactly, my lady.
They're noble hunters, my lady.
Ah.
Because a man takes his caste from his father, they hope to bear a noble lord's son. If a noble hunter succeeds, she is raised up to join the house as a concubine to care for her son. It brings new swords to a house, so many nobles look favorably on such women.
Then perhaps you'd tell your brother to come say hello?
Ellie, mind your manners. My lady is kind and generous beyond her duty.
Invest in the next great trade expedition.
Magic merchant down here.
Oh, Lady Iduken, here in my booth. I am so.
He's fainted. You make quite the impression these days. Is it hard to be the king's child, never able to just blend in? There will be plenty of talk at the noble feast, though a less pleasant sort. Shall we move along?
I like you, Goran.
My lady, are you heading to the proving arena? We have been charged with the task of escorting you to the proving grounds.
I clean forgot about that. Forgive me, I should have informed you sooner. The king decided you were not to travel through the commons unguarded.
Will we be leaving then? We are at your command.
Oof. Alright. I vaguely remember proving. Train old man is serving customers in the employer. Proving, I mean, we can discuss this. No, but unlike those, give me cities, old worlds of merchants, local ground, possess an honor. Brother Gentivini, I hope I don't have to kill him. Like, that is a...
Your Highness, it is an honor to have you here. Have you come to watch these brave warriors do battle in your honor? Your Highness, this proving is in your honor.
Then honor her by doing as she says. Lady Iduken will fight in this proving.
Of course, it is well within your rights. Men and women of Orzammar, we have a late entry to these provings, held on the eve of battle for the honor of House Iduken. I give you the Lady Iduken herself! Are you ready for your first match? Then let us begin!
Who am I fighting?
This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lady Iduken will fight Eler Bimo, youngest son of Lord Bimo.
You honor me with this match.
First warrior to fall is vanquished.
Alright, let's do this. First combat time. Alright. I know who this fellow is. Combat basics, combat zone. Right click on them.
Lady Iduken. That was quite a fight. Alair Bimo is no slouch with that hammer. Are you ready for your next opponent? Excellent. Let us go.
I'm gonna hit one.
This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lady Iduken will fight Adal Helmi, eldest daughter of Lady Helmi.
You are my inspiration, Your Highness, and to all of us who follow your example and live by the sword.
First warrior to fall is vanquished.
Yeah, I'm always gonna be nice to the nice people. That is actually much closer than I would have preferred.
The winner is Lady Iduken. That was a crowd pleaser. I can't remember the last time we had two female warriors of such skill. Sir Blackstone is your next opponent. Are you ready to face him?
Alright, Blackstone.
One of the best of the warrior caste. He achieved glory in close combat assault in the deep roads. Then let us begin! This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lady Iduken will fight Sir Blackstone.
Alright, come on, Shiego, you got this. You got this, Shiego.
This is your education. Try to learn as you bleed.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Gotta keep him stunned. Gotta keep him from damaging me for as long as possible. Alright, keep hitting him. Okay, I was actually worried for a second.
The winner is Lady Iduken.
How many?
Well done. You have proven that even the best of the warrior caste cannot match a noble Iduken. Franlin Ivo is your final opponent. He too has had many victories today. Are you ready to face him, or will you rest first? He is a decorated fighter who prefers unusual weapons and rarely fights with the same techniques twice.
House Ivo is relatively inconsequential, but Franlin may change that. He's expected to take a full command of his own soon.
Oh my god, this angle.
Very good. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. It is down to just two warriors, with backbones of stone and wills of iron. They have defeated all others this day. Lady Iduken will fight Brandlin Ivo, second son of Lord Ivo.
You fight well. I wish you glory today and glory tomorrow.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. The victor is champion. Fight!
Stun first. Oh, I'm missing him even though he's... I'm in for a bad time.
It's either you or me, and it is going to
Alright. You got this, Shiego. That was fun. There.
Congratulations. Brandlin Ivo is as fierce a competitor as I've ever seen. You vanquished every warrior of note in today's proving. The ceremonial helm, commissioned by your father for today's winner, is yours. The people will remember your honor and generosity for all time.
Screenshot.
My lady? Your wish is our command.
Alright, let's head back.
I am at your service.
And the guards sound familiar. I can't place the voice. Okay. Hang on, I'm just messing around OBS settings for a second.
Look, the Grey Wardens are here. The raid tomorrow must be more than a standard mission. The Wardens only go where the Darkspawn are the greatest threat.
My lady, many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lady. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent.
What's this?
There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause. The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this
of course.
noble cause.
I've decided I am against status quo. I am a rebel at heart. You know, I am for the common man, the little man, even though I am second in line to the throne. Yes, of course, it's the right thing to do.
When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. What could be more simple?
Casts. Okay. Culture and history. Ah, where are we on it? Oh, own. Nobles, warriors, smiths, arsons, miners, merchants, and servants. Oh, choose to be artisan soldiers. Or no, smith who's not one. Smith parents. Daughters inherit the caste of their mother, while sons inherit the caste of their father.
You're a fool. Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just did. Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you. If you are to play in the games of the Assembly, make sure you know the motivations of the players. Last spring, a guild from the Merchant caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface. Lord Dace backed the Merchant Guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture. The expedition was a disaster. Clever child. Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, Dukin. You begin to see the whole picture. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Surfacers' kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace. The Surface caste gave up their noble ties willingly, generations ago.
Yes.
Will you humiliate
I
your
would.
house and your father for them? Do what you will then. It's your honor that hangs in the balance.
Exit stage left, or... Oh no, she's leaving. Oh, that's a BioWare thing. Each exit stage.
You return. Were my instructions unclear? And what did she have to say? I see. Some preposterous story, I'm sure. I suppose it could. I mean, well, it's the spirit of the law that's important, right? Our poor, disenfranchised service brothers. Ah, well played, Your Highness. Welcome to Assembly politics. Now, if you'll excuse me... You've won. Don't be stupid about it.
You forget who you're speaking to. This is the guest of honor and child of the first house of Orzammar.
For now, we shall see what the future holds. Trian's grasp on the throne is in no way certain, and much can happen before then. Now let me be. You haven't made a friend here today.
Then I'm gonna say I would still have said we should return service people.
Greetings, my lady Idukan. It is an honor to meet you at last. I have had the opportunity to recently meet with your father. He speaks highly of you. He says you may be the most skilled warrior in all of House Idukan.
I do like it's how to put it, like it is very clear that every origin happens in the game. Like it's all happening more or less simultaneously. Like while here the dwarf commoner is doing his thing, the city elf is, all the origins are happening right now. It's purely what happens is if Duncan's around to bail them out.
I have no doubt it is deserved. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Orzammar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world. You know of our dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know? Over the centuries, many dwarves have made names for themselves in our order. These days, however, there are fewer dwarves, and thus even fewer dwarven Grey Wardens. A pity, since dwarven warriors have the most experience fighting Darkspawn. Being a Grey Warden means abandoning all ties to your old life. It means dedicating yourself to destroying the Darkspawn. Then it is a good thing that you have other paths before you. Some are not so lucky. I wish you luck in the deep roads tomorrow. Show the Darkspawn the might of your people.
Okay, let's see what this has to say on Dark, because I remember the book. Grey Wardens, over 90 years. Ooh! There. Fortress Anifels. Wardens, light. Mounts here, soft and oral, rather luck skin and male. Warriors risen. Lights. Assembly. Failed. Family name and join the rank. That's brother was from the NFL, so that was the winter, so it spent 3 masters in LA. Whoever in its own land was nowhere.
Your father is very proud.
My king, please reconsider. Trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal Shirak will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my sweet daughter. How fine you look in your grandmother's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the Provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on. Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses? So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Iduken. Who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better? No? Very well then. The ritual is complete. I give you Orzammar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the Provings, or getting some rest in his rooms. Walk well, Commander.
I sort of have headcanon. I'm going as a Shiego, you know, as much as she may be a rebel, she does value family above all. Argon, Dukin. Proving. Still contact with Al Sharok.
May House Educan grow in strength and power.
I am proud to serve the Iducans.
Skill.
Your Highness, what a surprise. I apologize if we are in your way.
Alright, let's go find that brother.
Right.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father? Of course he does. We must discuss strategy before tomorrow's battle. Balin, stay here and stroke the new commander's conceit if you like. But then get to bed.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves. And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him.
Oh dear.
Unfortunately, I am. Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big sister, Trian is going to try to kill you. I wouldn't have believed it myself if I hadn't overheard him giving orders to his men. Trian's decided you're a threat to his taking the throne. Maybe he's right. He fears what you are becoming, in the eyes of the people and the Assembly. Trian's the named prince, but only the Assembly can proclaim a king. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the king's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Vimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly, and he was a commoner.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Twice, it was a woman. Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been.
Yeah.
You entered the provings held in your own honor just for glory and to please the crowds. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian fears father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside. You're the elder. I'll follow your lead as always.
See, I know his what do you say?
Permission to speak freely? Trian would make a terrible king, but no one wants to say it. He has just enough backing in the Assembly to make it ugly when your father dies, but not enough to become king. Killing him now makes your house stronger and saves a great deal of bloodshed later.
Yeah. The pragmatic and a little bit of rebellious.
I'm afraid I must agree with you. Tomorrow's battle is the time to do it. I'll find out the rendezvous and buy you the time to do what must be done. I'm taking your place as father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the Paragon smile down on you.
Treant and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Haramond. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come then! Glory awaits!
Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men and make ready. Haramond and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my sister.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a tide, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach it.
My father believed that the shield of the Paragon Idukan remains in that tide, under the stones in the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions? Very good. The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the lords and demonstrate the strength of Idukan.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
Alright. Yeah, like it's a compliment. Like obviously you and I know Balin's true intentions here, but also not wrong that the eldest sibling is a prick. Like with right to the phone. It's like deep roads. On. Fell from heaven. Like this. Alright, let's get going. So I do wonder if older brother ooh, I hate spiders.
As you wish.
Nobody, no, shield bash.
As you say.
Alright, stunned. Ooh. Giant spiders. Eee. Link from the page.
Is it just me, or do you actually think you have
Gorm, you stole my kill. Stole my kill. What the hell, buddy? Yeah. Inabilities. Binlocks. Ooh, they took his eye. Hey, buddy.
You made it, Commander. Did you run afoul of any Darkspawn? Still, that was more than we expected. Once I finished scouting the tunnels, I hid here to avoid the Darkspawn. Most tunnels are dead ends. The one we want is swarming with those fiends. It's going to be a fight. I was, indeed. Your gift of the helm was amazingly generous. I'll treasure it always. May today's battles bring us even more glory. I'll take rear guard. Shall we move?
Cool, we have more people. I can't remember City Elf, because that's my canon choice for Warden. Didn't get a third person helping out. Sneaky deep stalkers. Here you go, 3 warriors.
Let's get started.
Yes. Damn things. Ooh, another dwarf corpse. This is not the way. Oh boy. Damn Genlocks.
This should be easy enough. Let's get started.
Okay, I don't have anyone who can pick locks. Hey, Scout.
You're here. I thought the Darkspawn had got you for sure. And I'll make sure I'm behind you if we're swarmed. We want the tunnel ahead, but there are Darkspawn tracks all over it. Be careful. I haven't ventured more than 100 yards ahead for fear of alerting other Darkspawn. I'll follow your lead, Commander.
Nah, he doesn't even have a name, he's just Scout. Suppose that could be his name. At which point, that'd be very convenient, he'd be Scout.
Show them no mercy!
I do appreciate that they changed weapons, so... I don't want him having any injuries.
Looks like someone beat us to the door.
This Darkspawn body is still fresh. Whoever opened the door is most likely still in there.
It could have been stolen. Recently, or generations back.
Or it could be an ambitious cousin out for his own glory.
Understood. Let's move, men.
Suspicious. Mercenaries.
So glad you could finally join us. We feared you'd gotten eaten by Darkspawn. Turns out the shield isn't quite as easy to retrieve as I was led to believe. I wager you know where it is, though. So maybe you tell me where it is, and I don't let my boys have a go at you before I kill you.
Ooh, dear. See, on the one hand, I do kind of want to be snarky. It's a metaphor. On the other hand, it's like, you just threatened to have me raped. I am...
I'll try to hide my disappointment.
Just kill them, boys. We'll find this shield on our own.
This should be easy enough. Let's get started.
Right behind you! We will prevail! I've got your back! Show them no mercy!
As you wish.
Is that an Idukan signet ring? I guess that's how they got in here. The ring is Trian's. That means he first way we can hurt him is to find that shield ourselves. You have your orders, boys.
Now, come on, Scout. So, under the
Right.
main room. Under that.
This is the room. How do we get the shield? You two, see if you can spot anything.
Read it perfectly.
It seems some of these tiles are different from the others. That's it. We've got it.
Doesn't look like much.
The skill of our crafters has come far since then. But still, the Shield of Iduken.
I can feel it. It's inspirational.
You say so. It's just a shield.
Back in the direction we came from, at the crossroads.
To the crossroads.
So obviously,
Did you hear that? More of those mercenaries.
More Darkspawn reinforcements.
like, do you hear that? Could be mercenaries or Darkspawn. We're currently in the middle of being murdered by Darkspawn. Damn thing.
You're in for a world of hurt.
Stop triggering traps. You speak nothing of this to anyone. Good thing I'm finding all this bronze. Come on, Evo. Ivo.
If Trian were really scheming against us, this would be the perfect place for an ambush. We've got the shield, and we're all alone out here. Then it will be a good day.
What's that you're muttering about? Uh-huh. All right, then.
They're going back to that game. Oh dear. Shiego has a poor sense of direction. That's new headcanon. There he is.
I'll trust Vala, sister. They will arrive soon enough. I wanted to see you first, to look into your treacherous eyes and tell you I know what you planned. I didn't wear it today. I didn't wish to risk losing it in battle. You dare accuse me of your own treachery? You have plotted to murder me so you could take my place as heir. You convinced Balin to help take my men and me by surprise. Do you deny it? I have every right to judge you. I am your prince and your elder brother. Every tradition, everything that makes us who we are, demands your loyalty to me. You and your companions will throw down your weapons, confess your treason, and be tried in front of the Assembly. It will be your end, sister. May the stone reject your unworthy, treacherous body. Kill the traitors!
Weapons at the ready.
That will be your relief. Taste it. Let's go.
Right, leveled up.
This is wonderful. Will never fall.
Hurry, Father, before it's too...
By all the ancestors, what has happened here?
It seems we weren't fast enough. Balin was right.
My daughter, tell me this isn't what it looks like.
Can you prove it?
You could have got that ring anywhere. Can these men substantiate your claim?
It's true. There were men in the Tig trying to steal the shield.
Sir Gorham, your loyalty makes you a useless witness. It falls to others to tell the story. You, Scout, what happened here?
Trian and his men were here early. It seems they'd done battle with the Darkspawn. Lady Iduken came up to them, all friendly-like, but when we got close, she ordered us to attack. Frandlin Ivo, you are a good and noble man. Did the scout speak the truth?
He did, my lord. It was terrible. Prince Trian didn't stand a chance. Afterward, my lady stripped his signet ring.
You treacherous bastard! Silence, Gorham!
Do you have anything else to say, my daughter? I want to believe that. I really do.
Bind her. She will be judged before the Assembly. To Orzammar.
Yee. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He outplayed us. A plague upon his house, except his house is our house. Plague upon the house anyway.
Orders and all.
Let's level up. Get closer to getting that armor.
Leave us alone, will you please?
Yes, sir.
My lady. I would have come sooner had they allowed it. How are you? You were lied to, made to think that you acted in your own protection. And that's not all. Balin has taken Trian's place in the Assembly. He introduced a motion to condemn you immediately, and it easily passed. He had fully half the Assembly ready to vote on something completely against tradition and justice. He must have been making deals and alliances for months, if not years. He's more clever than either of us ever thought. Some of the lords, especially Harrowmont, are suspicious of Balin's instant rise to power. They are rallying, but far too slowly. The Assembly has already sentenced both of us. My knighthood will be stripped, my name torn from my family records. But I will be allowed to attempt some sort of life on the surface. Lord Harrowmont moved for a similar exile for you, but Balin's supporters overwhelmed him. You were to be sealed in the deep roads to fight Darkspawn until you were overwhelmed and killed. That may have been Balin's first mistake. Lord Harrowmont gave me access to see you so I could tell you this. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are still in the deep roads, in tunnels connected to those you are to be left in. If you survive long enough to find the Grey Wardens, you may be able to escape with Duncan. Our time is up. May the Paragons guide your sword and the stone hold you up. I will always be your man, my Lady Iduken.
Yeah, I get the feeling he does not get a happy ending.
They are ready for you now.
I don't know what happened, but the game just seems to have crashed. Oh dear. Let me just... Technical difficulties. Oh. No, maybe.
Here is the prisoner, Lord Harrowmont.
Having been found guilty of fratricide by the Assembly of Orzammar, you are hereby sentenced to exile and death. Your name is from this point forward stripped from the records. You are no longer a person, nor a memory. You are to be cast into the deep roads with only sword and shield. Dare to redeem your life by fighting the enemies of Orzammar until your death. Do you have anything to say before the sentence is carried out?
Alright. Well, you're all fixed.
I would have prevented it if I could. Everyone should have the right to face his accuser and defend himself. Look me in the eye and tell me you didn't do this for your father's sake. I believe you. That means Balin planned this from the start. Believe me, I will spend the rest of my days making sure Balin does not profit by his deeds. Your father asked me to give these to you. This sword and shield are of fine dwarven make. Strike a blow at our enemies. I will. Open the doors and let the condemned walk through. May the stone accept you when you fall.
See, the tough thing is, like, Paramount is a good man. He is a terrible king and horrible for Orzammar, maintains the status quo, which is horrific. Balin is a monster. But he's also like, hey, we should not stick with these horrible traditions. Saving the game. Alright, well, I'm getting... and don't even have shoes.
This should be easy enough. Stay still.
Gloves. Won't go if needed. Ow. my bare feet. Ugh. Come on, Shiego, get out.
Let's make this quick, shall we? As you wish. Excellent! This should be easy enough. This should be easy enough.
Nope.
an.
Let's get started.
Hey, look, all I really want is a pair of shoes. I hate spiders. See the trap.
Let's get started. It's either you or me, and it isn't going to be me.
Shiego's gonna get her revenge. Gonna survive. Get her revenge on the real enemy of this game. Dwarven society. Oh, hey, they're here.
By the Maker, it's a dwarf. Lady Idukan, what are you doing here alone? Where are your troops? Ah, you have been made to walk the deep roads, then.
You mean you were exiled? What happened?
I do not think matters of dwarven honor are any business of ours. You need not answer, friend. Lord Trian? I see. The brutal intrigue of the Dwarven court continues then. Your father intimated as much. I will not ask what happened. You are the child of my old friend, and do not deserve to die in this pit. You have already proven yourself both resourceful and skilled, and I would expect nothing less from an Idukan. I've been searching for those with your level of ability. Your exploits in the Deep Road set you apart. As leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, I would like to formally invite you to join our order.
Yay.
Then welcome. We leave immediately for Ostagar to join with the human forces facing the Darkspawn hordes led by King Kalen. Stay close. There are still Darkspawn around every corner.
Alright, well that was another origin down. So I've seen 3 out of 6.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kalen. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
So basically, Caitlin has Templar, Templar armor. It is gold. It's very shiny. I am Shiego, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar. Sounds like there's a story behind that. You must regale me with it sometime. I do. I'll make sure to have the finest dwarven brew brought up from the palace cellars. After we've dealt with the Blight, of course. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days? Well, it seems your story may be even more interesting than I suspected. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Yeah, seriously though, Duncan, where the fuck are my shoes?
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Wait for reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining, in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon. The Joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary. No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Kingslayer. And just pumping straight into strength. I want that fucking blood dragon armor.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought. This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere? Used to be a fortress a long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important. A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it. This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds.
They're
These
good
aren't
dog
cute
boys.
puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible. Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, then.
That's what I need. Fucking Duncan. You son of a bitch. I walked all the way here from Orzammar. No shoes. No shoes. You didn't want to stop and be like, oh hey, I got spare shoes. You can have my spare shoes.
You approach the tent of Tairn Logain. State your business. How can you not know of Logain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Tairn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Logain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn. He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities. I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Tairn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Tairn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Tairn Logain tells him. Without the Tairn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are. Don't be absurd. He can't give an audience to everyone who walks up here, you know? Oh, I didn't know. Hold on, I'll get him.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume. You impressed His Majesty nonetheless. He could not contain his excitement over your meeting. Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden? Maric respected the Grey Wardens. They have an honored place in the hearts of our people. But Maric would have understood that it takes more than legends to win a battle. That's not an argument I'll repeat here. You're no surface dwarf, I can see it in your eyes. Smart of the Grey Wardens to look for new recruits in Orzammar. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you? Here for the glory, huh? Fair enough. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort. Then simply pray.
Hey, Duncan.
You there.
We must see to
Elf.
our hound.
What's your name?
An ash warrior. A hound is as much a weapon
it's
as a
Pick,
blade.
sir.
Go tell Tairn Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
You're the dwarf who walks with the Grey Wardens. A respectable decision. Some, like all Ash warriors, our training originates from the dwarves. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter. We aren't. We're Ash warriors, as you should well know. Our discipline was passed down to us from the time of Luthias the Dwarf Son. He trained with the berserkers of your kind long
good
ago.
doggos.
Perhaps. I've never been, so I cannot say for certain. But I'm told our traditions are the same. We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline,
We've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his. They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with Cadiz, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
I forgot about these guys.
Why? Would you steal our Cadiz and give it to the Darkspawn hordes? If you tried, we would kill you. And that is no joke. To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight. Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The wardens say the tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill. I am no bard, but I will do my best. Matthias was a Clane tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Matthias to use the dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Matthias then taught this to the Clane, who made him their chieftain. Matthias's prowess earned him the love of Morrigannon, a beautiful chieftain of another tribe. When Skya learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Matthias was grieved. He sent Morrigannon away, but this only vexed her, and began a long war between their tribes. In the end, Matthias slew Morrigannon in single combat. However, his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The dwarves came from Orzammar that day, and gave Matthias an honored burial in the mountains. And we live by his teachings even today. It is said that before the final battle, she returned to Matthias and gave him a shirt of dwarven chain, along with a final night of passion. Then she was gone forever. If she lived on in Orzammar, only your people would know. These are your honored ancestors, yes? And what of Matthias? Is he known? Time fades even legend, perhaps. I know Matthias was the first of our warriors, and that is enough for me. It was an honor. My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Do these guys show up later?
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help. This is a Mabari. Smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help. I need him muzzled first. Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
So let me be a pain. Oh no. Oh boy.
Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon? There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if you remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, with a blood-red centre. It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year. Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Alright, we will help the good boyo.
We stand here in this hour, good folk of Ferelden, and we contemplate the death that may await.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be. The name's Daveth. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listen in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds. It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice. I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Stage left.
How do you do?
I have no shoes.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain. Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. Oh, I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies? Oh, I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find them myself. Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some, goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand. So long as you keep it quiet.
Ooh. Oh, come on.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? Let me know what you'd like.
Alright, now that I have my shoes, I'll save. I'm just gonna prep something for lunch. So I will be back shortly. Alright, I'm back. Got everything. Having a nice lunch. Back to complain about ducks. Complain about things. But at least I have shoes.
Welcome, young woman. I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
Hang on. One moment. Sorry about that, folks. Heard that I may not have been coming up on audio. So let's just... Permission. Just giving it a shot. Can you hear me on stream? Factoring in the delay there. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, I've gotten the thumbs up. Back to speaking to this, victim of the chantry.
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared? Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous. It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am content to serve.
That's because you were lobotomized!
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware. You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else.
Yes.
Do you
You're also incredibly easy to suggestion. And that is open to abuse by Templars, as Dragon Age 2 will reveal. I wonder if I wonder if I can keep this up at the pace that I can get to Dragon Age 2 before Veilguard. I have 2 months.
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff, or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium.
And so gives the church the church motivation to ensure that there are plenty of Tranquil so they can keep making profit off of their slave labor. Ah, yes. Clearly, Shiego's war against society has expanded ever more.
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
And of course, this allows the Chantry to undercut the dwarven labor force.
Goodbye.
I know I'm having Shiego started to become a...
That course of action is inadvisable.
Fine. Becoming, Ooh, I'm forgetting.
Maker above.
Hey, Win.
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Win, one of the mages summoned by the king.
I'm Shiego.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact. The king must always seem confident. His behavior affects the troops' morale. He does seem to find his enthusiasm easily, though. Reminds me of a puppy. And I say that with both respect and affection. He is a fine man. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp. Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade? It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City. Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
Yeah. Do I want to be a snob to her already or not? Like, the Chant of Light is very human-centric. What is it Corypheus says? He went to the throne of heaven and found it empty. Right.
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true.
Okay, that's wise.
It is as good an explanation as any for now. Yes, occasionally it's wise to contemplate one's actions. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
We who betrayed your prophet Andraste now beg your forgiveness. Do not abandon us in our darkest hour. Watch over the valiant king and guide him as he faces this terrible...
I didn't hear that entirely.
Sorry, the mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
Oh god, I can see his eyes through that helmet, and it is terrifying. What the hell?
The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages tell us. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
And I've made a complete circuit.
Look carefully, men. This wretched thing is a Darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful
Okay, thank
way
you.
to die.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Throne of the gods, and it was empty. Oh, Duncan.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need? Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
Let's look for this Alistair fella.
Hail. You're one of Duncan's new recruits, correct? I can't let you through to the Korkari Wilds until he gives the word. Take care.
You may not want to remain here long, Warden. Most of these men have been tainted by the Darkspawn blood.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming. I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds. Aside from his wounds, we're not sure. His blood is untainted. He's just terrified.
Understandable, though.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll
Metaphor?
swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them. I can feel it inside me.
In the name of Andraste, I bless
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
Shiego.
Serturi is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Eamon. I wasn't aware dwarves could be Grey Wardens. I've only seen a few of your folk in the castle dealing with the smithy.
One for you.
No, dwarves are fine warriors with experience fighting Darkspawn. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance? I would be lying if I said I wasn't. As a boy, my mother told us Darkspawn hunted down all children who misbehaved.
Huh.
It is a foolish superstition, I know, but I still shiver when I think of fighting them. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
It's dangerous.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me? No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving. I'm a deserter, or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way. I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water. I expect nobody thought of it with all the battles and such. Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example. They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right? Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you. I can't just let him go, can I? The army will figure out what to do with him. Probably just waiting for someone important to make a decision. Then they'll hang him, I expect. And I can go and do something else. Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation. Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine. 10 silver. Well, feed him if you want to. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
Fair.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away. Much obliged. You're a kind soul, you are. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. Sorry, miss. The army camp is off limits for you right now.
So, Alistair, where are you? Yes, I know if I check my map, I can find him.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. You're not the first to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage? You never know, these mages sneak up on you. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit, from Orzammar. I should have recognized you right away, I apologize. Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining. Right, that was the name.
Don't you forget it.
There haven't been any Dwarven Grey Wardens in some time. You must know a lot about Darkspawn. Hard to believe, most folks here think the Darkspawn disappeared after the last Blight, when your people still suffer every day. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started. With the mage, the Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love
That's
letting
right.
mages know how unwelcome they are. Which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar. Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech. Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them? That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Okay, tactics. Alright. Oh, that's right. Now he's a permanent companion. I should Set the defender.
Your command?
Oh, excuse me.
Damn it, my rogue intuitiveness is not availing me here.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
As well you should,
Now
boy.
then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korcari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit. There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can. Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with. Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Alright, away we go.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
And I was used to the loading being a little bit quicker. Oh well. Spooky music. Codex updating. had a mini.
Right.
A missionary? More hound. Wolf. Legends. Son, mixed word. Arrived. Our landmarks. Reading, pass under Fallen Tree Bridge, pass this bridge on the right. Hi, us.
Over here. Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
I have bandages in my pack.
Thank you. I've got to get out of here.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100?
Alright, be
army
reasonable.
in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back. That's true.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
I'm ready. I hail from Redcliffe, but Duncan recruited me in Highover, a city off the northern coast. Have you traveled there? I was in Arlayman's retinue when he attended King Maric's funeral. It was in Highover that I met my Helena. I was smitten. She has the most beautiful eyes, my Helena. Now, for years, I found any excuse to return there. We married a year ago. Arlayman gave me leave to serve in Highover, but I was attempting to persuade Helena to come to Redcliffe with me, at least until I was recruited. Last month, Duncan visited Highover, and the band held a tournament in his honor. I won the Grand Melee. It was hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she is heavy with child now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter. He has a seemingly impossible task, with a scarce handful of Grey Wardens, yet he does not complain or flinch from his duty. We need to find those documents and the Darkspawn blood. It should be interesting. Indeed.
Yes?
Forget what his story is.
I grew up in a village about a day's trip to the east. Little blot you wouldn't even find on a map. Haven't been back in years. I struck out for the city as soon as I could outrun my pa. I've been in Denerim for what, 6 years now? Never liked it much, but there's more purses there than anywhere else. And a pickpocket, thank you very much. Or was, anyhow. Who'd ever guess I'd end up a Grey Warden? I found them. I cut Duncan's purse while he was standing in a crowd. He grabs my wrist, but I squirm out and bolt. The old bugger can run, but the garrison caught me first. I'm a wanted man in Denerim, you see, so they were going to string me up right there. Duncan stopped them, invoked the right of conscription. I gave the garrison the finger while I was walking away. Don't know why Duncan wants someone like me, but he says finesse is important and that I'm fast with a blade. You bet your boots I am. Besides, it beats getting strung up. All right for an old bugger. He's faster than he looks, too. You heard the same speech I did. Blood and old treaties. Off we go into the wilds. Hey, I'm following you, aren't I?
Leaning is the building. Oh.
Right. This should be easy enough.
Look there. Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
During the day, you're doing what I wanted to do to them. How dare you stun me while I'm in the middle of stunning you? This was just popping out of the ground. Thanks, Alistair. I would have never realized this Darkspawn were in the vicinity.
Right.
No, come here, boss. Champ, there. See, life Jeddah. Traveler, very skill up at camp. Sealed shut. All right. camp. Western Reaches. Bridge, past merge tower on the right. Merge tower on the right.
What do you know? More Darkspawn about. Prepare for random violence. Ambush you guys. If you get up in this place, you couldn't actually reach us with their archers. Don't die on me. There's the chastened over Trails place. I ruined Arch and a mossy standing stone.
Pass by a tower on the right. Cipher this. High ruined arch and mossy standing stone. Okay. Not how the jump science though. Place the flat blade. Jason bringing that. Dark spawn. Some ruin. Heading back because the quest completionist in me wants that lockbox. Yeah, I'll take a dying man's words at face value. Alistair. Oh, that's right, chasing the trail sign. It's a shame Chan isn't here to see all this. I'm a big fan of the chasing. Where are we going? East. Oh, we're going through the woods. Why do the ducks
My
want
Grey
from me?
Warden sense is tingling. We're in danger again.
So stunned. Lucky darkspawn.
More darkspawn.
Let's get started.
Genox is honing in the combat plus. Yeah, they. I'm called PS3, whereas mid like actually popped out of the ground. Although maybe I'm misremembering. It's been a while. How dare you knock me down before I do the same to you? Hi, Claudia.
Well, well. What have we here? Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey?
Claudia Black.
What say you, Scavenger or intruder? You are the intruder here. I believe the first question is rightfully mine. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered. Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wilds, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, dwarf. You have nothing to fear from any witch. Tell me your name, and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized.
Pleasure to meet you.
Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You make
Best girl. Best girl.
Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent. How does one steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened. 'Twas my mother, in fact.
Ooh.
Yes, my mother. Did you assume I spawned from a log?
A thieving, weird talking log, perhaps?
Not all in the wilds are monsters. Flowers grow as well as toads. If you wish, I will take you to my mother. 'Tis not far from here, and you may ask her for your papers if you like.
We should get those treaties, but I dislike this Morrigan's sudden appearance. It's too convenient.
Have I been dishonest? Some call us witches, yes, but purely out of superstition.
You know what the Circle of Magi is, don't you? The Circle requires an accounting of all mages. That is the law of the land and the Chantry.
If you wish to tell your chantry about me, go ahead. I have nothing to fear from priests. Why not? I do not meet many people here. Are you all so mistrustful?
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.
How's Morgan in her 20s? I don't know. She's, Yeah, that is a question. How's she in her 20s? She's... Look, she had to do some early maturing. Doesn't even have her own bed. Ah, come on. I think around the 3-4 hour mark is how long the game can go before it starts suffering memory issues.
Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, damn it. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your dwarven mind give you a different viewpoint? What do you believe?
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them?
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this Blight's threat is greater than they realize. Such manners. Always in the last place you look. Like stockings. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
Bye, Flemeth. Man, I do not know how she looks so much better in 2. I guess here she's just pretending to be the crazy old woman in the woods, and in 2 she's like, yeah, I am exactly who I claim to be. Oh, that was my neck. That was my neck. Ooh. Oh. Ow. Ooh. Alright, just cracking everything.
The Mabari's stable for now, but not improving. Unless I get that herb I told you about, there's not much hope. Let me see. Yeah, that's exactly it. Wonderful. Give me a moment and I'll make this into an ointment. He looks better already. I'm sure he'd thank you himself if he could. A day, maybe 2. There's enough ointment for him to make a full recovery. Why not come back after the battle? Perhaps we can see about imprinting him on you. Maybe. It's likely he understands you're responsible for curing him. Mabari are at least as smart as your average tax collector. Come back after the battle and just... well, take another look.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? so long as you keep it quiet.
It's silver, man.
Welcome, young woman. Goodbye.
Back again? Don't the Grey Wardens need you? Off you go. I have preparations to make for the battle, and I won't be distracted.
My sisters and gentlefolk, we stand here on the eve.
Yeah, I don't need to listen to your prattle.
So you return from the wilds. Have you been successful? Good. I've had the Circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
There was a woman at the tower, and her mother had the scrolls. They were both very... odd.
Were they wilder folk?
I don't think so. They might be apostates. Mages hiding from the Chantry.
I know you were once a Templar, Alistair, but Chantry business is not ours. We have the scrolls. Let us focus on the joining. I will not lie. We Grey Wardens pay a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now, rather than later. As could any Darkspawn you might face in battle. You would not have been chosen, however, if I did not think you had a chance to survive.
Let's go then. I'm anxious to see this joining now.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Then let us begin. Alistair, take them to the old temple.
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
Are you blubbering again?
Why all these damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe it's tradition. Maybe they're just trying to annoy you.
I only know that my wife is in Highover with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't seem fair.
Would you have come if they'd warned you? Maybe that's why they don't. The Wardens do what they must, right?
Including sacrificing us?
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end the Blight. You saw those Darkspawns tonight. Wouldn't you die to protect your pretty wife from them? Maybe you'll die. Maybe we'll all die. If nobody stops the Darkspawn,
Well, the thief
we'll die
is
for sure.
the more noble
I've
of
just
the
never
guys.
faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
At last, we come to the joining. The Grey Wardens were founded during the First Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of Darkspawn blood and mastered their taint.
We're going to drink the blood of those creatures.
As the first Grey Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This is the source of our power and our victory.
Those who survive the joining become immune to the taint. We can sense it in the Darkspawn and use it to slay the Archdemon.
Not all who drink the blood will survive, and those who do are forever changed. This is why the joining is a secret. It is the price we pay. We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said since the first. Alistair, if you would.
All right.
Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten. And that one day, we shall join you.
Davith, step forward. I am sorry, Davith. Step forward, Jory.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known...
There is no turning back.
No! You ask too much. There is no glory in this.
I am sorry.
Duncan clearly did a poor job picking him.
But the joining is not yet complete. You are called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good. From this moment forth, you are a Grey Warden. It is finished. Welcome.
2 more deaths. In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
How do you feel? Such is what it takes to be a Grey Warden.
Did you have dreams? I had terrible dreams after my joining.
Such dreams come when you begin to sense the Darkspawn, as we all do. That and many other things can be explained in the months to come.
Before I forget, there is one last part to your joining. We take some of that blood and put it in a pendant. Something to remind us of those who didn't make it this far.
Take some time. When you're ready, I'd like you to accompany me to a meeting with the king. The meeting is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
Ah, yeah. I will move this a little bit. I'll move to the right. Cover the tooltips. Alright, back. We go into this. So I think they already buried the others.
Loghain, my decision is final. I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
You risk too much, Kalen. The Darkspawn Horde is too dangerous for you to be playing hero on the front lines.
If that's the case, perhaps we should wait for the Orlesian forces to join us after all.
I must repeat my protest to your fool notion that we need the Orlesians to defend ourselves.
It is not a fool notion. Our arguments with the Orlesians are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
How fortunate Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us for a century.
Then our current forces will have to suffice, won't they? Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
They are, Your Majesty.
And this is the recruit I met earlier on the road? I understand congratulations are in order. Every Grey Warden is needed now. You should be honored to join their ranks.
Your fascination with glory and legends will be your undoing, Kalen. We must attend to reality.
Fine. Speak your strategy. The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn into charging our lines, and then?
You will alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from cover.
To flank the Darkspawn, I remember. This is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes? Well, who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we should send our best. Send Alistair and the new Grey Warden to make sure it's done.
You rely on these Grey Wardens too much. Is that truly wise?
Enough of your conspiracy theories, Loghain. Grey Wardens battle the Blight no matter where they're from.
Your Majesty, you should consider the possibility of the Archdemon appearing.
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Isn't that what your men are here for, Duncan?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, the tower and its beacon are unnecessary. The Circle
We
of
will not
Magi...
trust any lives to your spells, Mage. Save them for the Darkspawn.
Enough! This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you, Loghain. I cannot wait for that glorious moment. The Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
Yes, Kalen. A glorious moment for us all.
They really just forecast that twist coming.
You heard the plan. You and Alistair will go to the Tower of Ishal and ensure the beacon is lit.
What? I won't be in the battle.
This is by the King's personal request, Alistair. If the beacon is not lit, Tern Loghain's men won't know when to charge.
So he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up there holding the torch, just in case, right?
But we are far from the politics of Orzammar here, and you have no brothers to interfere this time. We must do whatever it takes to destroy the Darkspawn, exciting or no.
I get it, I get it. Just so you know, if the King ever asks me to put on a dress and dance to Remigold, I'm drawing the line. Darkspawn or no. Me shimmying down the Darkspawn line? Sure. We could kill them while they roll around laughing.
The tower is on the other side of the gorge from the King's camp, the way we came when we arrived.
When you let me walk without shoes!
And head through the gate and up to the tower entrance. From the top, you'll overlook the entire valley. We will signal you when the time is right. Alistair will know what to look for.
We soil our drawers, that's what.
If it does, leave it to us. I want no heroics from either of you. The battle is about to begin. Once I leave, move quickly. You'll have less than an hour. Then I must join the others. From here, you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens. I expect you to be worthy of that title.
Duncan, may the Maker watch over you.
May he watch over us all.
Let's just get to the tower. It may not be the most glamorous job, but we'd best not dawdle.
pre-rendered stuff.
The plan will work, Your Majesty.
Of course it will. The Blight ends here.
Didn't bring any trebuchets or anything.
Archers!
Aw, poor good boys.
For Ferelden!
Let's cross the bridge and get to the Tower of Ishal.
Oh, they do have siege weaponry here.
Another one for the word.
Make it help us. They're everywhere.
You're Grey Wardens, aren't you? The tower, it's been taken.
What are you talking about, man? Taken how?
The Darkspawn came up through the lower chambers. They're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
I love how so many times Shiego is just like out of frame. Just focusing on someone taller. That guy.
Let's make this quick, shall we?
At least Denton's doing his job. Everyone's coming to me and not the others. Oh. Go. What next? Oh, come on. Oh. All right. So close. Creepy audio. I remember over a decade since I played this. What's the final boss in this part?
Darkspawn approach. Watch your blood.
I gotta take that damage down quick. That was close. Injury does he have? Empty to defense. getting surrounded very quickly. Oh god, the slowdown's getting really intense.
On
Oof. This is where they came through.
Cursed creatures. Let's get started. Oh. The Shiego misses out on whatever is in there.
Maker's breath. What are these Darkspawn doing ahead of the rest of the Horde? There wasn't supposed to be any resistance here. Right, because clearly this is all just a misunderstanding. We'll laugh about this later. At any rate, we need to hurry. We need to get up to the top of the tower and light the signal fire in time. Tyron Loghain will be waiting for the signal.
I think I might wrap the stream up here, just because it is the 4-hour mark, and also the game is now becoming unplayable. So. Yes, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Would have preferred to get to the end of Cigar, but well, that's something for the next time. Hopefully, I will try and get some sort of schedule going. No guarantee just yet, but that's enough out of me. Thank you all. Have a good evening.